Sierra, Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta, Shield.
All right, and we're happy to welcome back to the Mike and Billy Show, Roman Reigns. It was just a few weeks ago we were talking to Roman about the show in Boston, and welcome back.
It's good to be back, man. Thanks for having me.
Might I add, Roman, in case you didn't know, our most popular guest here on the Mike and Billy Show. Everyone listening in, loving the interview, and of course, loving themselves some Roman Reigns, because it's what's best for business.
Right.
There you go. Let's up the bar, man. 5,000, we can do better than that.
I think we can, especially with Battleground coming up this Sunday on pay-per-view, and the Shield, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins facing the Rhodes family, Dustin, Goldust, and Cody Rhodes, of course, Dusty, the American Dream in the corner, and the Rhodes family, all of their careers on the line.
We're calling this what, Roman?
This is the Rhodes Retirement Party. The Shield has dubbed this to be. So, yeah, business as usual. Shield wins, and for the first time ever, all the Rhodes boys hit the stacks.
It's perfect. I think a spear should be doled out for each and every member, and then we'll share some Shield popcorn.
Right, exactly.
Buttered for justice.
And of course, I mean, the Rhodes have had such an illustrious career, so it's only fitting that they give them a pay-per-view retirement party. I mean, you wouldn't do this on regular TV.
You can't. You know, these are big names. I mean, it's the American Dream. You got to put them out on a Sunday. You know what I mean? Like,
it's the
What we're gonna do? We're not gonna be greedy with the spears. We're gonna hand out, an even amount, maybe 2 to each. I'll cut them all in half. Seth will probably put a knee to the temple, and we'll be done with it. Send them home.
That's all you got to do.
Shut them down like the government, baby.
Yep.
Just watching Raw the other night. Speaking of your spears, they're just vicious. I mean,
it reminds me of the diamond cutter when it's coming out of nowhere. I mean, watching Zack Ryder, and he's, I think it was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Watching Zack Ryder line up on you, and then out of nowhere, I literally jumped out of my seat. I went, yes, that was excellent.
Well, what an idiot. You're dealing with the Shield here, man. You're dealing with the Shield.
Yeah, I would have waited a couple turns.
Woo. Get out of here. You better get back on the offense, kid.
Woo spear for your ass. Get out of here with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Bring it back to Jersey Shore, for God's sake. I think you actually speared him back to the Jersey Shore.
I haven't seen him since.
Well, I think if you check catering, I think he's got something going on over there. I don't know.
Oh,
I think
low blow.
I know. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
We talked last time you were on about how you guys are a tight group and you guys have that camaraderie on the road. What do you do to keep yourself busy when you're traveling from city to city?
Well, I mean, we have a pretty tight routine. I mean, we'll fly in, try and get right to a gym, get a workout in, get sweating. If you don't work out and get that sweat in, then you just feel lethargic. If you just wake up and you go and sit around and then expect to do your thing, it just makes the day go so long. So if you get that workout in, you get the sweating, it makes you feel a lot better. Then you get to the building, you wait around for a little bit, you wrestle, you do your thing, then you get back on the road and you drive all night. Usually checking into hotels, 3, 4 in the morning. Get 5, 6 hours of sleep. That's usually my range to recover, and then boom, right back in the gym and do it all again. So it's a pretty regular routine for us. I mean, most people will be like, God dang, that's what they do all week long, every week. But it's a new place. It's always a new gym, a new town, a new country. I mean, we're going to be in Abu Dhabi in a few days.
Wow.
So
what kind of flight is that?
You know what I mean? I think that's going to be close to 14 hours. We'll do a little time in the air. So,
Yeesh.
But it'll be a good time. But business first. Business is Sunday. We got to retire some boys first.
Absolutely. I mean, you know what? They need a break, though. They do need a break. Dusty especially.
Everybody does, and it's going to be you step foot in the ring with the Shield, you're going to need a little bit of time off, I'd say. Look at Taker. Hasn't been around in a while, man.
Taker, Rock, yeah, all of them.
Send them home.
Absolutely.
Get him out of there. Get him off my TV. I'd rather see the Shield on there the whole time. I mean, hell, it's been great the last month or so. You guys have been getting 3-4 matches a night. I'm entertained.
Workhorses, man.
Hell yeah.
Thoroughbreds, that's what we do. Bring it on.
Now, since we talked to you last, you unfortunately, and I didn't want to bring this up, but I feel I'm safe because we're doing it by phone, so I'm not going to be speared. But you did suffer.
You're doing it anyways, though.
Oh no, the door's opening. You did suffer your first pinfall loss, and it came at the hands of your cousins, the Usos. It's gonna probably make for some very awkward family conversations at Thanksgiving. No?
No, it's not gonna be awkward. It came at the hands and the feet of like 6 men to take me out. If you would have told me I have it in me to take on 11 guys, 13 for that fact. Let's not forget about those idiots that jumped the rail and attacked us. We went into an 11-on-3 handicap match already in a fight.
Absolutely.
We had to fight to get to the ring with all those other 11 watching us. So I mean, for them to catch a pinfall on me like that, it takes a small army. It takes Achilles and all of his army to take me out, and that's fine. That's good and dandy, but
that's not bad. Yeah, I might have got pinned, but it took a dozen guys to get me down. So when you're on, I was thinking when you're on those flights, the 14 hours and whatnot, are you more of a music or a TV or radio or a TV and movies type of guy?
A little bit of both, but I mean honestly,
or sleep.
I have some kind of magic that I can just sleep on planes, man. I have a good system. I have like a little back pillow. That's one thing we all kind of have is like, if you were to see me and Seth sitting in a plane next to each other, you'd be like, man, these guys, they know what they're doing. Because it's like neck pillow, back pillow, sunglasses, headphones. Like flight attendants don't even bother us because we're on planes more than they are. You know what I mean? Like most times they're like, turn your eye, turn everything off. If it has an off switch, turn it off. And then they'll look at us and be like, oh, I'm not even going to mess with them. They went through like a 5-step process to get where they're at. Let's just leave them alone.
The attendants just look at you and say, we don't even have to talk to them about it. You're up there, you're actually telling everyone where the exits are. You've been doing this all.
Get the balloon vest.
Yeah. Little Tommy
it's
boy
either
thing.
That or it's either they don't want to tell us what to do or they just want to talk to us the whole flight. So, it's a nice mix.
Oh, yeah, of course. Because, that's what you want to do. You want to spend some time with some flight attendants. And
sure.
I mean, if they're of the more attractive
conversation
variety.
here and there on a 13-hour flight. It's not bad talking to a woman.
Absolutely. Especially when you're, in a locker room with a lot of guys most of the time.
Yeah, a locker room, a car, a plane, a terminal, a rental car terminal, everywhere. You're just around a bunch of guys all the time.
And of course, being a tall guy myself, I'm 6'3". You must go for the extra leg room, right?
Sometimes you don't get it, and it can be miserable. But when I feel miserable on a plane, I always think of the guy next to me, and then I'm like, that's misery because I'm just eating up all the elbow space. I mean, it's a fight for elbow dominance, like. And the majority of the time, people will bow down, but it's always that old woman, like just some, you know what I mean? Like she just don't care about me at all. Like she's not intimidated, and
you gotta get like a Kmart bag upside the head or something.
Yeah.
This past week, I'm myself a big Breaking Bad fan. I don't want to do any spoilers because Billy hasn't watched it. But are you into like TV shows like that or anything like, or is it just?
I'm big into all kinds of sitcoms. Not so much Breaking Bad. I watched most of the first season, but I just had too many shows going on. I mean, I'm a big Walking Dead fan, Boardwalk Empire, Games of Thrones, Hell on Wheels, so I just had too much going on to where I couldn't keep up. And being on the road all the time, I usually have to go, watch it through my iPad and iTunes, and most of the times they're a bit delayed with stuff. So.
Right.
But I heard a lot of good stuff at Breaking Bad, though.
You must have a full DVR when you get home every time.
Yeah, if not wrestling, everything else. Sure.
It's everything else. Just get me away from wrestling. I need 13 hours of just television.
Give me 13 hours of the Michael J. Fox show, and I'll be fine. We have Battleground coming up this Sunday.
Buffalo.
The Shield, of course, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins. The titles aren't on the lines this match, is that right?
No, the livelihood of the Rhodes family is.
You felt that was enough of a...
That's enough of a sacrifice.
That's enough of a sacrifice, yeah.
Yeah. We don't want to confuse them, like forget what they're fighting for here. So if you throw the championships on top of it, it may confuse them. I don't really look at the Rhodes family as being they're not the biggest thinkers. They're pretty charismatic and weird and stuff like that, but they're not like geniuses by any stretch.
Well, he wears paint everywhere he goes.
Even in suits.
Even in a suit.
Like a bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
Although I got to give it to Dustin, it strangely worked with the suit. I'm like, that kind of actually fits.
That weird chrome suit. Chrome and gold. Silver and gold, really. It's a...
Yeah, I didn't get a good look because I was burying my shoulder.
It's perfect. It was a beautiful spear. Thank you for that so much. It was grand.
It's coming up on Sunday, pay-per-view from Buffalo. Your favorite city to work in? Just be it the fans, the arena, whether it's just the restaurants, a fun part of the city. Do you have a favorite?
It's hard to say. All the Northeast is pretty cool, just because it's a certain type of fan base there, which seems to be they're kind of into the Shield, I'd say. But everywhere you go is different. So every region you wrestle in is different. Fans react differently. Fans are into different people. So just the opportunity to see the difference between that and learn from that is cool. I can't really make a favorite. I enjoy a lot are the tours, seeing places I've never been, or
sure.
The majority of the time, and it happens in the United States too, is we'll be in towns I've never heard of. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, I've never heard of this town in West Virginia, and it's bigger than my hometown, Pensacola, Florida. And I had no clue. So I mean, in that regard, it's pretty humbling. That like there's all these bigger places than where you're from. And you didn't even know about it. So. Anytime we can see the world, I really loved Tokyo. That was fun wrestling there. Shanghai was awesome. All over Australia, Europe. It's always a good opportunity to see a new city, eat different food, meet different people. It's always a good time, man.
Now, I saw on your Twitter, it was a while back, you guys put out, there was a picture of it must have been like 30 or 40 plates, empty plates of sushi. Where was that?
Oh, that was in Tokyo, man. Me and Seth were killing it that tour. Like we would go work out, and then like immediately after the workout, go right to this little tiny little cut-in place, and it was just like a conveyor belt.
That was the conveyor belt, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they just start laying them out, and like the funny thing is, the first day we went in there, they paid no attention to us, like because really we just wanted a bunch of salmon, like salmon on the sushi, on the rice, like nigiri style.
Yeah.
And he wasn't really hooking us up, and then like he started to notice our plates, and then he started dishing them out. And then the next day we came back, and immediately everything we wanted, he catered to us. Everybody else they weren't even there, you know what I mean? Just because he knew how much we were about to eat, and the bill adds up, but
sure.
it was worth it, man. How many times are you in Tokyo eating sushi on a conveyor belt?
Where it's supposed to be eaten,
right?
Where exactly where you're supposed to be. And so, of course, the Shield not only dominating the tag team divisions in the WWE, they're dominating the tag team divisions on the sushi circuit in Japan. Now, speaking of teaming up,
the sushi circuit.
Come on, it's a thing. I'm telling you, it's a thing. Hey, I made up Shield popcorn. Come on, it's a thing. Speaking of tag teaming up, though, I think one of the great things you guys do in the WWE is teaming up with the Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Association. How important is that to you as a performer and of course for the whole company to be teaming up with them once again this year? I think this is the second year in a row.
Yeah, it's probably one of the coolest things I've ever been a part of. To team up with Susan Komen and to bring the awareness to our fan base. We're able to touch and reach so many people across the world. Mm-hmm. To have the opportunity to relay the message of breast cancer and this fight that's been happening for so long and that we've been losing, to be at a point now where we have a foundation like Susan G. Komen to lead that charge, and we're able to assist them to shine light on, to fight for a cure, to help women. I think as a man, there's nothing more empowering than to have the opportunity to help women, to create healthier women, because without them, man, like you're just dealing with a whole bunch of us, and that sounds like it sucks. You know what I mean? Like without women in this world, what are we gonna do?
That sounds like a lifetime of an Abu Dhabi ride, plane ride.
Yeah, right. Just a bunch of dudes on a vessel. But just the opportunity to team up with them, they're absolutely 100% the best. It really is a pure honor to put a little time in on that, man. It really is great.
And obviously it's a great cause, and I loved Monday, coming out and seeing it. everyone just trying to do their best part wearing the special pink T-shirts. What I was wondering is, are we going to be seeing some pink flap jackets for the Shield? I mean, personally, I think you guys could pull it off, because if anyone made fun of you for wearing pink, there's certainly some spears to be dealt out.
Yeah. Who's going to do that?
Who's going to do that, really?
Yeah, I would love to. I have no problem throwing on some pink. I'm pretty secure in my own right. Yeah. I know what's going on with me. I don't know if it's something we could do with their gear. I'm not sure if, we have like an alternative with the shirts. I know a lot of guys do have the Susan Komen shirts. They just took their regular character shirts and, put some pink on it and shine that light on it. But it's something I would be proud to do. I know Seth and Dean would both be with it, but anything we can do to help would make us proud. It really would.
Well, I think just offering suggestions here, you could do maybe the shoelaces. You could do some pink, because you don't want to take out the element of surprise. Black, it's the element of surprise coming from the crowd. So I'm thinking of a strategic standpoint here. You have shoelaces you can do. Maybe Dean can tape his wrists with pink tape. Maybe Seth can do the streak in his hair. He does that one pink. I don't know, I'm just trying to help you out here.
This is Billy auditioning for a wardrobe job.
I'm trying to take what's her name's wardrobe job.
The wardrobe job from Total Divas.
Oh yeah.
The radio thing's not working out, so I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get my way into wardrobe right now.
Just trying to throw that out there if anybody wants to bite on that bait.
There you go. The T-shirts and all the gear for the Susan G. Komen from WWE is available at www.shop.com. And I was just actually scrolling through the Shield's merchandise, and there's a Shield piggy bank. Now, were you involved in the creation of that?
I wasn't, but I've randomly seen this stuff like through Twitter, and I have no clue some of the merch that we have, but I think we have a lampshade.
There's a lampshade, yep. There's a whole bunch of patches.
We have, coffee mugs and stuff like that. So it's really neat to see all this stuff that they're coming out with. Hopefully it's doing okay, but as long as we're doing our thing, busting ass, taking people out, that's all we really care about.
Absolutely.
If you want to buy our stuff, cool. If not, do your thing.
I'm sure you don't mind if they buy your stuff, yeah. It doesn't hurt to sell some merch. Well, we got Roman Reigns talking to us on the Mike and Billy Show. Of course, Battleground live on pay-per-view this Sunday, October 6th. And, of course, Roman, thank you again for stopping by on the Mike and Billy Show. And anytime, you are always welcome. And, of course, if you get to Boston, we definitely want to have you in the Spear Billy.
Consider it done. Let's go. 5,000, that was good, but 6,000, that's what we're pushing for, man. Thanks for having me.
We'll do a hashtag Rhodes Retirement this Sunday.
There you go.
There it is, man.
Thanks, Roman.
All right, guys. Thank you.
All right, later.